Hi guys, it's Outro now. How's everyone doing? I am good, I hope. I am so excited, I couldn't even get my words out, to be bringing you this review of the next fragrance to come from Zoologist, one of my favourite perfume houses in the world. This is coming out tomorrow, depending on when I upload this video, so it's not out yet, but it's just about to be. So, I was lucky enough to get to meet Victor Wong, the man that owns this company. Hello Victor, it was lovely to meet you, and thank you so much for my gorgeous gifts that you gave me. I was over the moon, this being one of them. And yeah, we got to talk a bit about his fragrances, which was really cool. This one, MOTH, if you've never tried their fragrances before, Victor creates visions and works with pretty much a different perfumer every time. This one is a repeat one. He worked with this perfumer before. It's a Japanese guy called Tomu Inaba. He created Nightingale for them, which is one of my top 3 zoologists ever as well, so I was really excited about this one. And he's created this one too, so yay much. So this one is inspired by a moth, of course, and it's more about a moth leaving its burrow. Do they live in a burrow? Nest? And flying out in the night time to find love. You know, trying to find another little moth friend to maybe have babies with, and unfortunately dying. So it's quite tragic. It's about a moth doing that thing they do where they go to a flame and just kill themselves. It's really, really sad. But this is absolutely stunning. I'll tell you the notes, and I'll also read you the description, because zoologist descriptions are always great. They really set the tone. So this one says, dark flame of love. Their days are spent secluded in camouflage, the intricate pattern of their wings disguising them against a coarse backdrop of barks and rocks. When they finally stir, even their flight is concealed, shrouded beneath the cover of night. Moonlight ripples off a delicate coating of tiny hairs as their feathered antennae guide them in their search for a mate. Only one temptation can lure them from their quest. Should they succumb to the attraction of the flame, their urge to procreate may be quashed in a wisp of smoke and a smattering of ashes. Poor moth. So I was so excited about this one. I thought it was going to be darker, but I'm really pleased with how it is. You have to teach yourself. Don't expect anything from Zoologist that you think it's going to be. You look at the notes and you say, oh, I think I know what that's going to smell like. No, you don't, until you get it. So let me go through the notes with you. The top notes are black pepper, cinnamon, clove, cumin, nutmeg, and saffron. Whole bunch of spices. The heart notes are heliotrope, honey, iris, jasmine, mimosa, and rose. And then the base notes are gaiac wood, nagamotha. Nice one there, Victor. Nagamotha is also known as cypriol. Then it has some oud, patchouli, some smoke, and some vetiver. Now, I have worn this quite a few times. I literally am falling in love more every single time I wear it. I think I now need to get myself a bottle. So, oh my gosh. Right, so what Victor and Tomu Inaba have managed to do here is create something so hauntingly beautiful and romantic at the same time. It's kind of like a tragic love story. There is a massive element of romance and tragedy about this fragrance. It manages to be sweet, powdery, and a twist of darkness at the same time. So when you first smell it, this is my take. This fragrance to me is all about the honey. Not everybody thinks the same as me, or when I've smelled it on other people, some people get more of a smoky nuance, some people get more spicy, but to me, honey is the stage that this fragrance is set upon, and the other notes are like the actors within it, if that makes sense. So when you first spray it, I immediately get this massive whoosh of sweet and almost gloopy honey, but there is this blend of spices. I'm discovering that Tomu Inaba is a genius when it comes to fragrances. There's this blend of spices that when you read the notes, black pepper, cinnamon, clove, cumin, nutmeg, these are all quite aggressive spices. He's managed to tame them in such a way and create this almost spice accord that feels like a spice that I've never smelled before. It's like they're all so blended and wrapped up in this honey that there's a spice there that doesn't smell like any of those things, but there is a spice to the fragrance, and that is what is incredible about this one. So, spiced honey at the beginning, the backdrop of it is there's a smokiness going on as well. So it's like a smoked honey with lots of spices at first, and man does this stuff travel. Believe me, when you spray it, you can smell it all over. It hangs in the air, so I'm guessing the first point to make would be the sillage is amazing. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, Victor. It's just so romantic. When I say haunting, I know that's a weird thing to describe a word, to describe a fragrance, but it's like a haunting, beautiful fragrance. I can't really put words on it. It's got a romance about it, but you can feel that there's a tragedy. This smoke is like the villain in the distance kind of thing, and it's so perfectly placed. It's in the background. It's not super smoky, but it fits the theme so well. So what happens when this starts to dry is the more powdery nuances of the fragrance start to take hold. Things like heliotrope, things like iris, and also, but heliotrope, iris, very, very soft notes that have blanketed what would have been a really spicy fragrance if they weren't in there, I think. And the whole thing has a gentle nature. Just amazing. They've gone for the softer side of the moth. I thought this fragrance was going to be really dark because, you know, they're creatures of the night. Looking at the notes with the spices and the vetiver and the oud and the woods, I thought it was going to be a really dark thing, but it's a softer side of the moth. It's very, very pretty. It is kind of feminine, I think, but the spices and smoke just add that touch of masculinity to make it either way, and I don't care, it's that beautiful, I'm going to wear it anyway. Who cares? When do I ever follow rules? So you start to get this floral heart that comes out of it, and it's almost like a rosy type honey. It's not a sweet or jammy type rose. Everything again is done with a delicateness. So you have delicate heliotrope, delicate iris, and delicate rose, all adding this powdery edge and softening the top notes just in such a beautiful way. So you go from there to there. The drying stages of this fragrance to me are the most simple, and what I get on the dry down is basically the floral side of honey. So anything that was very sweet and gloopy in the honey at the beginning disappears, and I always say that honey has floral notes, you know, floral tones. It's from flowers essentially through bees, you know, all of that stuff. But when this really settles on your skin and really dries, I am personally left with a very floral, almost pollen-like honey fragrance on my skin. So it's amazing. The transition takes about 2 hours, which is great. It's true to Zoologist style. It takes you on a journey, which is what you want from a fragrance. Well, it's what I want from a fragrance most of the time. I don't always want linear things, and it really is just stunning. Well done. Tomu and Victor, you've created something amazing here. Again, I absolutely love this one. It's such a gorgeous addition to the line. The liquid is black, which is really cool too, and the moth is oh so cute with its little ruffles and stuff. Fun. I easily get 8 to 9 hours out of this fragrance. The dry down stays forever. Of course, it doesn't project so much when it's in its base notes, but perfumes aren't supposed to do that. They're supposed to, you know, be just a whisper on your wrist or neck or wherever you spray your fragrance. But that floral honey stage of the fragrance really stays for a very long time. I do find myself refreshing it quite often because I'm just obsessed with the opening. That combination of smoky, spicy honey with tons of rose and just gorgeousness is too much for my heart to handle. Anyway guys, I hope you like this review. I will be reviewing the next fragrance to come from Victor as well. I think maybe sometime in September. Watch this space. I'm out click my logo down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.